Hi everyone, Dorota International, nail artist and educator here, and I'm so excited to show you another white and red beautiful Christmas nail art. Have a preview of it in here. I got so addicted to it, I could paint hundreds of them, and I hope you will really enjoy it as well. So let's start. I am actually so excited to do them, and we will be doing quite a lot of red actually this year. I love it for my collections because there is lots of them. So first of all, you prep your tips, and then the color we are going to use is a 174. It's a Holy Fusion, and it is such a beautiful red, like absolutely amazing. So it is actually our client's favorite one. They tend to choose it a lot for their toes, for their hands. Really nice and pretty one. And for the red, it has actually amazing coverage as well, because if you do apply it nice and thinly, evenly, you can pull it in a one layer. So I'm gonna give it 60 seconds cure to it, and then I will grab some white French gel. So just a small scoop when my tip is cooking. And I will be using probably both brushes. I will see it like, so small scoop of it. That's a D-liner brush as well. And then when my tip is ready, I can grab it and apply high shine, no wipe top gel over it. Okay, so high shine over it. Check how the light reflects on it, like making sure it's decent. And then again, give it 60 seconds cure. Once you've done that, we are gonna take the tip, the D-liner brush, and start painting the outer edges of our design. Okay, so you want to prep your brush, and I think this is crucial. The way you prep the brush, that's the way you will get the line. So you can either drag it through it, like this way you will get a nice and thin line. Look at this on the mixing palette. Or you can pick up with the blob. So you can see I've got like a wee blob on my brush, and that is perfect like for a kind of swirly patterns or all different shapes. So I'm gonna first of all drag it in to pick up a nice thin amount of the product to do the outer edges. Okay. And for this part, I love using the D-liner brush because it's speeding up my painting time. If you pick the right amount of the product, you can really do it nice and fast. I remember this design like years ago when I was starting doing the nails. A client wanted, I think it was a black nails with the white outline. Oh my goodness, I was doing it with the small brush and it was taking me ages. Like really ages. So the D-liner brush is so much more useful for those kind of outlines. And you know, it just proves you that if you've got the right tools, lives become much easier and you don't have to struggle like with doing the things. It is such a great time saver, and also it's make your work much nicer as well. Like, I mean, you can see the line is pretty nice and neat, and if I would be doing it with the small brush, it would be more uneven because I will have more of those joint places where I have to retouch it, and definitely much more difficult. Okay, I'm just gonna even out the starting point. I made it a little bit too thick. Okay, so just even it out and even out here. And then I'm gonna use some sugar glitter and sprinkle all over it. So the sugar will stick in only into the white parts because the other parts of the design are top coated and it's not gonna stick into the top coat. And then give it again 60 seconds cure. Okay, so my tip is cooking. And to save you a time, guys, I did some of them already in here. So because the stuff is just exactly the same. And then we can start painting some branches. I think this is a quite nice way of doing the design. So for the longer parts, I quite like to use again the D-liner brush, and we are gonna do like a Christmas branch, starting from the top, coming down the way. I'm gonna just re-clean my brush. And then start going a bit swirly. So nice and thin, small amount of the product. Okay, and then on this one we are gonna paint the first leaf. Nice and weakly. We point like a triangle shape at the end, and from that triangle shape you are going to do another wave. And then start coloring it in. Very nice and irregular. Do another one. And again, clean my brush because it's not behaving. So always the first painting is the most difficult one because the brush is not trained. You can help it sometimes by going like this. So number 8s, just make it more flexible, more playable. And I don't want to rush those designs because I want to have a nice and pretty collection. I'm just cleaning up the edges, and then on the other side I can make another one. And then start coloring it in. Clean my brush, and then I'm just gonna pull it sharper ends. Nice and sharp. Okay, we're also needing some berries. So I'm just gonna put some berries here. 1, 2, 3. And then we are gonna do some berries on the side. So again, 3 in here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe a single one. And then 1 in here, 1 in there. Now, because they cannot fly, we need to kind of join them in. So I'm just using the product which I've got already in here and just attach them to our branch. nicely, very slim ones. Okay, and we've got, I think we will just leave it the way it is. Sometimes less is more. And then sprinkle it with the sugar. Cook it. Okay, so I have done some trees in here. So now on this one we could actually paint a little bit more advanced one. And we are gonna do like an lantern. So straight line. Another straight line. We triangle on the top. Oh no, I touched it. I've got so many different ideas in my head as well when it comes to those kind of Christmassy news with the white frame. And if you would like to see them, we can record a couple more videos with those designs. Okay, clear up my line, and then we are gonna do another one on top of it. So I'm gonna swap to the detailer brush, just because it's a little bit more precise. First of all, check it how it's behaving. Pull a small line from it. And then another triangle. Color this one in. Nice and slow. Wee ball on the top. And then the handle. So I ticket the middle. And then just went around it. Inside we want to paint a wee candle. So we are gonna do it, find the middle, and then start painting a candle. clean my brush, go up, and then paint the flick, like the fire. Okay, now the bottom part. So I want to decorate it with some branches. And we are gonna go and do one in here. Keep the empty space so it cannot touch the candle, because otherwise it becomes too kind of almost disappear the shape. Then another one on the bottom. Different type of the, so this one will be more of a mistletoe leaf. Okay, clean my brush again. I am more fussy about those designs, so you see me sometimes painting very fast and sometimes going very slow. And you know, guys, like for some designs can take like literally minutes, and some designs can take an hours. The longer time you spend on the design, the prettier it looks. And then one which is going inside. Keep those empty space. Straight away I'm gonna put some berries here. Clean my dotting tool. And they are just going to fly. I'm not gonna join them in. And the third leaf. Nice and close to the previous ones, but again, not touching it. And I can start feeling my brush. So you can see it how long time it took me to get my brush to behave. And then another branch in here. The leaf ones. So nice, slow. And you can see for the leaves, I'm picking up more of a blob, and then when I want to shape them, I clean off my brush. Plenty, leave it alone. Yes, just leave it alone, and then sugar it. So when I sugar, I'm always really careful, like imagine dropping it on your design and smudging. Okay, let's cook it. And the first one is ready as well. So I can just clean off the excess of the sugar. You can see it how delicate, pretty it is. And you can do it only on like a ring finger, you know, paint a plain set or do a couple snowflakes on the other ones. They are very nice and beautiful designs to do it for a Christmas. Okay, so we've got the lantern one, and then I could do one more of those wee branches, but we will do it again so slightly different. So this will be my central piece, and the branches are gonna come up on the side. And I want to do it like some of those thin ones. And then another one on the side, like this. Another one in there, like this. So we've got three of them. And then you want to go with your brush and just add very thin lines. The thinner you can get, I think the nicer it looks. You can see the tip of my brush is broken, and that's for me painting the dots. I am terrible for it. But what I did is I reshaped it a little bit. You can see the bend is less visible now. The smaller you do, the nicer it will look. Just the top one can be a little bit bigger. And you really want to go as close as possible. So you can see I've got hardly any product on my brush. I'm actually going to even clean it more. And I try to drag it to flatten the broken tip. So for those of you who have break the tip of your brush, you can still use it, but you have to use it a certain way. It doesn't matter for most of the designs, but if you want to be extremely precise, then yes, it does matter. Okay, so we've got those ones, and then I want to do some berries. But again, I'm going to paint them slightly different. So I'm going to have a central berry, which is quite nice and large. And then I'm going to have some berries in here and in there. And then I want to do some kind of half berries, so they are hiding behind. And what I'm going to do is I pick up like a wee blob, and I need to keep this empty space, because this is a type of the design, like, you know, we need those empty spaces, and then place those half berries here. Do even smaller branches. So for this one, I'm just gently wiggle with my brush and squeeze them into those empty spaces. I want you actually to see it as well, what I did. So when my brush starts becoming like full of product, I go like this. I clean it off, but I also twist it as well to shape it into a nice point. I think they are very useful tips, like okay, I also want to do it here. And to be honest, I am quite happy with it. Now, just because I've got some snowflakes on the other one, I'm gonna do it couple in here with the dotting tool, not with the brush. Okay, so we've got some which are just a dots, and one which is gonna be a little bit bigger. Sprinkle it with the sugar, and you can see it turn it out into a really pretty Christmassy design. So sprinkle it. I actually love them, and I love the swirly patterns as well, because they always look amazing. So let me show you the ones we have done today. Clean it off, place it into our display. This one is so small, actually, it never can hold too many. So we've got, I really like this lantern. The Christmas tree is very easy, easy one to do it. You kind of just working it with the blob. I just did it so I had something more to collection. And then this one is ready too. So just remove the excess of the sugar. I love this one so much as well, like very delicate, and it can go right on the top. I hope I have got you inspired and you are gonna try those beautiful pretty Christmassy design. Sending you huge glittery hugs and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!